Yo, on this episode, I want to share a great conversation that I had with the Mathis twins. Now, these gentlemen, they are based out of South Florida and they're real estate investors, but we had a great conversation about some of my beginnings in entrepreneurship, how I got my start, and the mind frame that's needed for success. So I just thought that this would be something great for you all to tap into, to listen to, and hopefully learn from and get some value from. So go ahead and check out the convo.
What's good, bro?
Yo, what's good, brother?
The man, the myth, the legend.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man, that's y'all.
How's everything, bro?
I can't complain, man. Every day's a good day.
Yeah, man. Sorry about the loss of Granny.
I appreciate that, bro.
Now I appreciate you hopping on, still, wanting to add value to people when you're going through what you're going through. So that means a lot to us, and I know that means a lot to everybody in the audience.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Just gotta stay working. That's how I do with stuff. Just keep your mind going.
All right. How the weather out there?
Man, I just got back to Houston today. So I was in Kentucky for the funeral. Then I went to Los Angeles for the weekend. And I just got back to Houston today and it's cold, it's raining. I was like, man, I should have stayed out west.
Bro, it's cold. It's cold here. We got on stuff that we wear like once a year. It's like 40s and 50s down here, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't that cold when I got here, but I wasn't expecting it though.
Yeah. But you done been there for a couple of years now, right?
I've been in Houston about October 2013, so it's home.
Dope. Okay. So it's tonight, bro.
Saved up $1,200. I Googled the best cities to move to. At the time, it said Houston. Saved up $1,200, drove on down.
Oh, 1,200?
Yeah. That's why I don't be like giving people excuses when they be like, I don't have enough money to do this. I can't do that. Should I? I'm like, yo, I saved up $1,200. I was cleaning parking lots at night, picked up extra shifts. Cause I Googled when I Googled and everything said Houston at the time. Then I Googled average rent and it was $1,200. So in my mind, I had never really been out in the real world before. Yeah. So I'm like, shoot, $1,200 rent, all right. I got enough for rent.
You got enough for rent for 1 month.
Yeah, and I drove down because I was like, all I need is 1 month. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I ain't know that. All right, so since we focusing on that, so tell us, you go to Houston, you got $1,200 in your pocket. What do you do next?
So luckily, my best friend, he lives in LA now. That's who I was just saying. He lived in Houston at the time. Yeah. So he said that I could stay with him. But then once I told him how much money I had, he was like hesitant. He was like going back off of saying I could come down. He was like, whoa, bro, I think you might. And everybody, my mama, my daddy, cousins, family, friends, everybody was like, man, I think you need a little bit more money. Like you can't just. And I was like, nah, y'all don't know me. I got to get it. Yeah. So I talked my boy into. I was like, fam, and he had a situation with the lady in his life at the time. Yeah. That was he saw her going through like on year 2 of not like finding a job and stuff. Yeah. So he was like, man, I don't know about it. I'm like, yo, I'm not her. Yeah. Like I'm not her. So I had my bread. My pops had an air mattress, but it had like holes and stuff in it. So we duct taped up the holes. And he stayed in a 1-bedroom apartment. So I would just blow up the air mattress every night. I'd end up on the floor by the time the night sell. And then I got a job. My first interview, I got my job. So I stayed with him until like, I got there end of October. I moved in my apartment like the first week of December. So it wasn't like that long. And then I studied it out ever since then. I worked at Enterprise Rental Car. I worked that job for exactly 1 year. Quit on my 1-year anniversary because they didn't give you vacation until you worked there for a year. Damn. So they owed me 2 weeks vacation. Then I wanted to learn about money. So I went to work at a bank Like, and I strategically picked the bank. Like, if they didn't put me in one of these couple locations, I wouldn't have went, because it's like people with money live in that area. And Houston is like, it's called Rice Village, just like by Rice University. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Rice University, but
Yeah.
it's like, nice houses. People got a good job, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, stuff like that. And so I went there because I didn't know nothing about money and credit, so I wanted to like be like, do these rich people know about money? So if I saw somebody with like high balances, I would be asking them questions, see if we could go to lunch.
Wow.
This one guy, his name was Antonio Zuniga. I'll never forget. He had like a bunch of accounts, and each account was like a different LLC. Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis, 8-figure entrepreneur.
Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways.
Right.
I heard about 1,
you heard a couple,
2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99? Yeah, okay. Y'all
crazy,
tripping,
y'all.
But hey, I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail.
Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
All right, so you say the dude had all the money in his LLC. Then what happened?
Yeah, this dude, he had all these bank accounts, and they were all different LLCs, and they were like, the names of them wasn't like, you know how people be trying to think of like a cool name for their business and stuff. It wasn't that. It was like 123 Main Street LLC.
Yeah.
334 Short Street LLC. Like each LLC was like an address.
Yeah.
So I linked with him a couple times, and I didn't really ask him much advice on, like, because he's in real estate. I didn't ask him much advice on real estate, but I was just like, I'm about to quit my job. And I just asked him, like, just general, what's it like in the entrepreneurial world, like, when you don't get that paycheck coming in? Because I quit my job before I ever closed a real estate deal. So I just was like, when stuff don't sit right with me, I physically get sick to my stomach, like to the point where, I don't know if y'all seen Any Given Sunday?
Yeah.
Remember how Willie Beeman throwing up before the games because he's nervous and then he go out there and kill it? That's me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's me. So, but it's either like when I'm super nervous or anxious about stuff, or if I just hate something.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wake up like an extra hour early just to get ready for work, because like brushing my teeth, I'll be feeling like I gotta throw up, like I just like hate it going to that building.
Yeah. So for most people, like, what was that? I mean, what was the deciding factor for you to say, hey, man, I need to quit my job and I need to go all in on real estate or go all in on my next venture? Because most people on here got a job, and most people on here just like can't just or scared to take that next step.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
don't say can't. They can. They just scared. They fearful. I say fear stands for two things. It can either be fuck everything and run, or face everything and rise.
Yeah.
Like you can have your own, like basically the choice is yours. But I'm very self-analytical about myself. Yeah. So you know how some people, they have certain habits or things that they do, and they be like, oh, that's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I'm like, okay, why am I like this? And I really take time with myself to figure out, like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So before I quit my job, I was trying to wholesale real estate. I wasn't getting any deals, wasn't getting any really good leads. And it was 100% my fault, because there was stuff that I wasn't doing because I had my paycheck as a crutch. So it was like, okay, I know I need to go driving for dollars today. Like, it's raining today. Nah, it's raining. I get paid on Friday.
Yeah.
I need to call. I need to do these cold calls. I get paid on. I need to do this direct. I get paid on Friday. I'm gonna get to it. I need to return these voicemails. I'm gonna get to it.
Mm.
So I just know myself, and I don't. If I'm not 100% into something, I'm not gonna do it. So I had to remove the crutch of the paycheck. So I'm like, I'm all in. I'm 10 toes in on this. Like now I got in the mode to whereas if you don't hustle, you don't eat. Like literally.
Yeah.
So the hustle got different.
Yeah.
Like okay, I can't wait to make these phone calls. I need them right now because that
So
paycheck.
how did you find out about like wholesaling and real estate investing? It was from the dude you met at the bank, or you just like did your own research? How did you find
Nah,
out?
probably how people that find me did. I probably saw some ad or something.
Yeah.
But I think it might have been Sean Terry. I think came across Sean Terry or something
That
on.
boy, the OG of this whole real estate
Yeah,
investing.
yeah, and at the time, which I came to learn as I later went on throughout the business, but he was like, "Hey guys, want to learn how to flip houses without me?" It was like I was like, "What's that?" Then I did a little research and I was like, "Oh, okay. I think this is something because wholesaling it sounds sexy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I could really flip houses without using none of my own money, none of my get a 5-figure check in 30 days. Bet.
Yeah.
So I'm in. And then I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it doesn't really speak on wholesaling a lot, but it like mentions it. And I'm like, oh, so this is really like a thing. Like this dude in the book
Yeah.
talking about this too. So I just went out there and like I said, I count from when I quit my job. I don't count from when I actually start because I didn't take it serious until I quit my job. So I quit my job April 1st, 2016, and I closed my first deal October. So it took me about 6 months
Yeah.
from when I really took it serious. But in
I
the
mean,
meantime, though, like that dude from the bank, the main thing that I took from him, because he was trying to talk me off the ledge from quitting too. He was like everybody be telling me to wait. I was like, nah, I can't wait. We gotta go right now.
yeah. Yeah.
My credit was good, and he said, go get as many credit cards as you can before you quit.
Yeah.
He's like,
This is not Hey guys, this is not financial advice. This is just a
hey,
great story.
but he wasn't telling me to get credit cards for like, most people use consumer debt like,
Yeah.
use debt wrong to just have consumer debt. He didn't even give me no game on how to utilize credit as leverage, how we know how to do now. He was just saying like, look, you about to be out here full-time entrepreneur with no W-2 income. What if you don't make no money? Or what if you need some type of funding? Ain't no bank gonna mess with you until you can at least for 2 years show that you making some type of income.
Yeah.
So he's like, if you ever fall on hard times, use these credit cards to fund your life until you get some money to come in. So that's like what the advice came from.
Wow. So you went in, basically you betted on yourself. You went in all on yourself. You quit your job, got yourself into, credit card debt, basically taking that bet on yourself.
Luckily I didn't have to. Looking back on it, I should have used the credit cards for some stuff, but I didn't know how to work the credit like I know how to work the credit now.
Yeah.
But I saved up. I didn't just quit. I did save up some money, so I had about $20,000 saved up when I quit. My goal was to get a year's worth of income saved up because Sean Terry, he used to speak at the time. He used to say, get as many. If you make $40,000 a year, and the average wholesale deal is 10,000, go get you 4 deals. So you got a proof of concept that you know how to do it. You got a year's worth of income, then quit.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting no deals. And then at the time I was like, damn, it's gonna take me forever to save up all this money.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really know what money was. Like I didn't know how much a lot of money or a little money was at the time.
Yeah.
Cause I know we all may have friends or relatives or something that live with. I know y'all know some cats in Miami. They live a different life. They might be street pharmacists or something.
Yeah.
I've seen street pharmacists pull 20 bands out their pocket. So I'm not thinking it's like a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm in the car with my best friend one day. I'm thinking he got a good job. He got a job, a car, a house, a motorcycle, uh, some other bike, always having parties over his crib. Like, I'm thinking he's doing good. We in the car one day. I was like, man, I'm thinking about quitting my job. It's like, I'm just trying to save up this bread like this dude on YouTube be saying. But I only got like 20,000. And he driving, he looked at me, he's like, you got $20,000? I was like, yeah. I was like, I know it ain't much, is it? He was like, bro, he thought I was lying. He's like, bro, you really got $20,000? I was like, yeah, you don't? And he was like, shit, no. I was like, but you got the house and the bike and a car and some other little motorcycle. We always having parties over at your crib. One of his rooms was like a studio. I'm like, you ain't got 20,000? He was like, I ain't got nowhere near 20,000.
So basically, the moral of the story is run your own race, because what I hear you saying is just because somebody look like they doing it, they may not actually be doing it.
That the light bulb hit. That's why I was like, oh, so if he don't have 20, most people don't have 20,000.
Yeah.
20,000. And then I went to Google and I saw like the average American don't even got like a couple $1,000s to their name, period.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm quitting. I said, I'm quitting. we about to figure it out. And and while I was saving up that money, because like I told you, I moved to Houston with only $1,200. This is like 2.5 years later. I got like 20,000. I was like super budget mode. Like I had a $10 per week lunch budget. You know how people like at work, damn near everybody at work eats out every day, go Chick-fil-A or something. You might bring something to work one day.
Yeah.
Bro, I would go get a pack of bananas, Chef Boyardee raviolis, because they only they was like $1 or less than $1 at the time. I would be trying to switch up the raviolis with spaghetti and meatballs and something else. Trying to switch up it all tastes the same. Like it ain't like it. And lemon cookies. That's what I ate. That's what I would take to work Monday through Friday. I might switch up the bananas with grapes, like just some cheap fruit.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't doing nothing. $10 a week lunch budget. It was like my pops and uncle, they call that check. You know, like say most people get paid the 1st and the 15th every 2 weeks. Like you're gonna get paid one time in the middle of the month. They call that like the free check. Like when ain't no bills due, my uncle and pops used to call, oh, that's the free check. And they would like go play around with the free check.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they broke. The free check, I'm stacking the free check.
Yeah.
So it was just like every little dollar I could get, had little side hustles here and there. So just stacking. And then once my boy told me he ain't even had the money I had, and I Googled and I saw what everybody else was walking around with, I was like, all right, I got a little cushion to figure this stuff out. I was like, with my lifestyle, like it's 20 bands can last me a while.
Yeah.
But with what I know now, I should have definitely invested that into the marketing, because like that's 6 months. To some people, it's a long time. To some people, it's a short time. But I'm like, I could have definitely accelerated the process.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we all got to run our own race. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
you on here now telling people, hey, here's an opportunity. If you have money saved up to, like you said, one, invest it into marketing, or maybe even invest it into a mentorship. So, so you said it took you 6 months to do your first deal. So once you got that first check, bro, what that feeling was like was it, hey, just a proof of concept, or was it like, hey, bro, I need to do more of this? Yeah, what was, well, first, before you even tell us what it's like, walk us through how you found it, and then how you closed it.
How I found it, first, I probably had about 7, 8, 9 deals under contract that didn't close.
Yeah.
First, because, I'm out here, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm evaluating deals wrong. I'm backing out of deals. You know, y'all know how bad wholesale.
Yeah. Laughing
So,
because we have been there.
yeah, I'm like, oh man, it's got ARV 300,000. It only need 10,000 worth of work. We know, like, damn near no house only needs 10,000. Like, I don't care what the house looks like.
Yeah.
It need more than $10,000 worth of work. So and then even though I had my money, even though I always believed in myself, it was still kind of like right now I don't have an attachment to money at all right now. Like it's quick for me to spend it.
Yeah.
Like not spending on like material items and stuff, but like I'm quick to dump stuff into the business now because I know that the kickbacks are gonna come.
Yeah.
But then with my savings, I'm like, I need this to live. So I really wasn't spending any money on marketing.
Yeah.
So I had to get creative. And I was like, all right, if I'm not going to spend this money, I'm going to have to use my time. And it seems like that's what it is in anything. Like you're going to have to put sweat equity or your dollar up to find any type of success or momentum in anything, whether it be real estate or anything that you want to do. So I was like, I was doing direct mail at first. And, you know, direct mail can get expensive,
Yeah.
especially if you trying to scale up. Or I was like, I don't have the money to throw at the business like everybody else on my quote unquote competition does. So I went to the courthouse, and it's a free lead source for y'all listening. The courthouse became like my best friend. Like I'm at the courthouse, I'm knowing people by their first name. People say that they can't give me certain information. I'm coming back every day, and then it just turns into, hey Blake, blah blah blah. Blake, I'm about to go on lunch. I'll see. Like they coming down the street. I'm about to go on lunch. I'll see you. I'll be back in about an hour. I'm like, all right. So the delinquent tax database was like my baby, because at first I didn't know I'm going on list source. I'm sending to absentee people. I'm sending to empty net. I'm sending stuff to everywhere. I'm like, I don't have the budget to shoot to everybody. Like I gotta niche this stuff down. And so I just started marketing 100% to people that were delinquent in taxes. But instead of just that, I only picked a certain amount of area codes because Houston's a big city and my car was a piece of shit. So I'm like, I don't want to have to be riding riding around everywhere. It's uncomfortable, especially in summertime. That AC ain't hit
Ooh.
it like it's supposed to hit. It hit good in Kentucky, but it ain't hit good here. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Side note, this the same car you drove from Kentucky to Houston?
Yeah, and I bought that car. I moved down to here in 2013. I bought that car for $2,000 in 2013.
Hey, respect, bro. Like,
Just got rid of it last year.
hey, bro. Obviously I want you to continue, but for me, I'm just inspired listening to this story because one common thing amongst everything that you've done, you've never made an excuse and you betted on yourself every single time.
But
So that's
everything,
it's a
but
common thing.
every accomplishment that I've done or anything that somebody else is like, yo, Blake's doing it. I've been in that situation before. So say before I moved here, and like I was a hooper, like ball was life. I really, really wanted to play Division I basketball. Certain things that had happened at the time,
Yeah.
it wasn't, I had to go a different path. I did the same thing like I did here. I just didn't go to school. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just take a year and just recruit schools. And like every day I'm like writing letters, sending emails and highlight tips to schools, like
Oh, wow.
every single day for a year. Came upon one dude. He said, if you can get to this camp in Oklahoma, it was like the top 50 JUCO players in the country. He's like, if you can get to this camp, because he saw me play before, he thought I was in school. He's like, you can be the 51st person. He's like, and if you are who I think you are, he's like, you'll have at least 20 Division I offers by the time the weekend over. We was like, bet. My pops cashed this check. We drove his Cadillac from Kentucky to Oklahoma. It was like, so this is what I know. It's like,
Yeah.
you
Figuring
know,
it out. All right, so you got the tax delinquent list.
Yeah,
And you,
but I only did a handful of zip codes. So I probably was only in about 10 zip codes
yeah,
because I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, and like I said, all I was doing was direct mail. I'm like, I can't play around with my money because I don't have like a big supply of it. So I was only in a few zip codes. And then outside of just people that had delinquent property taxes, I was only sending mailers to people that had delinquent taxes that the city had already filed a suit on. So that was the only people I was sending stuff to. For those that don't know, like if you don't pay your property taxes, the county can't just come and say, "Oh, you ain't paid your taxes, give me the house." Like it's a process that they got to go through. First, they got to keep on notifying you and notifying you and notifying you. Like for shit, it seemed like a couple years for real. Yeah, I
yeah.
keep notifying you. Then they have to sue you. They have to notify you, sue you, take you to court, and then they have to win the court case. Basically, they win automatically because you ain't paid. Then they start the foreclosure. That's like begins the foreclosure process. So through the county records, you can see, or well, here at least, which I'm assuming is pretty much everywhere, you can see if the city's already filed a lawsuit on the house, or if the suit's pending or something like that. So I will only go send stuff to single family houses that already had a lawsuit pending on them. And then I'll just start mailing letters. So I would mail letters. I would go, you gotta have balls to do this, but I would go door knock. Like it was like whatever. Then I
Yeah.
got a call one night, and it was late too. It was like 1 a.m. And I looked at the phone. I was like, I'm gonna just call it back tomorrow. But I'm like, nah, let me just answer it. And then I set an appointment the next day, got it under contract. And that first deal was like, I learned so much off of that first deal because I made $16,500 my first deal. Anything you can possibly think to do wrong, I did wrong.
Yeah.
That deal still to this day is the craziest story as far as like situations and stuff that I did wrong. And I'm like, that's why I'll be like, people be asking me questions. I'm sure y'all get messages and DMs all day too, and texts and stuff. That like, I don't know what I'm doing. Blah, blah. I'm like, you learn like anything. Humans learn through repetition. The
Yeah.
only way a baby learns how to talk is because of adults sitting in his face every day saying, "Mama, Dada, Mama, ABC." Like we learn through repetition and experience. So I'm like, you can buy all the courses that you want, watch all the free YouTube content that you want, but you're gonna learn way faster when you just do it.
I think that's the biggest thing, bro. People just got to take action. Sometimes they get what is called analysis paralysis,
Facts.
and they just get so stuck in saying, "Oh, well, I got to do this way. I got to do it that way." And like you just said, bro, we've made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of mistakes. But again, just taking action, just going forward, and just understanding, like, hey, bro, that's a part of the game. I don't know nobody that's that's shot that's going 100 for 100. Do you? Hey, did you have
But
a mentor?
that's a problem. That's a problem. Not to cut you off, Jeremy, but
Like what?
like Josh said, that's a. I feel like we we think like that because of, I call it the uneducational system, but the educational system conditions us like that since we first get into it. Like I don't know what high schools was like in Miami, but where I'm at, a 92 was an A. Like you had to get 92% to get an A. So they're teaching us that we have to be right over 90% of the time to like be considered good.
Wow, that's a good way to put it.
I went to college. In college, a A was a 90. It's like I got to be right 90% of the time to be considered good or excellent or something like. And the world ain't like that.
Right.
Especially business ain't like that. I don't know
At
about you.
all.
I fail way more than I succeed. It's just that the wins heavily outweigh the failures.
Yeah. It's the same with us, bro. It's the same with us, man. First business failed, second business didn't do good, third business we got a little success, fourth business we was able to sell, then we got into real estate. So those early years, bro, it was tough. It was tough.
And you only got to be right once.
Yeah. Yeah.
You only got to be right once. But we, since kids, we've been told like, man, I got to be right 90 something percent of the time. Or even just to be average, you got to be right 70 something percent of the time. I'm like, what world is that?
Yeah.
A C is average is 70 something.
Yeah.
You get you get something right 60% of the time you fail.
Yeah.
Like what is I like give me them give me them numbers out here in the real world. I'll take a 55.
Yeah. Yeah. You, hey, well, you talking.
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out in Dubai and I'm not here to sell you anything. What I am here to do is to ask you for 2 months to gain your trust. Look, I built the most supportive community for entrepreneurs where you instantly get access to every single one of my courses. Now, this information has helped scale my business to a 7-figure level. On top of that, you get weekly live Q&A and coaching sessions with myself, plus a network of tons of other entrepreneurs that you can network with, partner with, and profit with. On top of that, additional training from other 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs. So go ahead and click the link and tap into the community. Right now, you can join for completely free. First 2 months on me. Information's on me, execution's on you. So click the link, join the community, and I will see you on our coaching call this upcoming week.
And they teach us like you gotta do everything on your own. Don't copy. What
Hey,
like
that.
so it's like so you get out here already thinking that you have to be a high level super duper get everything right just to just to be good, and that you got to do everything alone. You ain't supposed to collaborate with people. You ain't
Right.
supposed to let nobody look at your paper. Don't tell them the answers. And it's like we know that's definitely like it's way easier if you can go together than apart.
Hey, boy, you talking real facts, for real, for real.
Yeah,
That,
that's why I hate school, bro. I be like, fuck school. I just this past weekend, I was with family. They're talking about, man, he ain't doing good in school. Can you talk to him? I'm like, I ain't the one to, I ain't the one to talk to him. I'm just telling him to pass because he ain't gonna need none of this in the real world.
Hey, question: did you have a mentor when you first started, or you was YouTube University?
Kind of, yes and no. So I was YouTube University. I had I was YouTube University for a while. Then I bought a course, and then there's a guy by the name of Marlon Wilson. I don't know if y'all familiar with him. If not, I need to get y'all tapped in. He owns a mortgage company now. Um, but my boy Marlon, he was the first one in Houston. So I call him like a friend tour because at first it was kind of like a mentorship relationship, but then he's one of my best friends now.
Oh, that's dope.
So it was him, and it was like we laugh about it now. It got to a point where he was curving me because he used to travel like all the time. Like you might hit him up, he might be in the Dominican, and then he'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna be back in Houston on Sunday. Hit me up on Sunday." And I'm like, "All right, Sunday. He might want rest. I'm hitting him up on Monday." I hit him up on Monday. He's in Italy or something on Monday,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Damn." So I'm like, once he gave me a little crack, and how I am, I'm just hitting him up, hitting him up, hitting him up, and it got to a point where I feel like he was curving me because I was hitting him up for like everything. Like, hey, can you run these comps for me? Like something to that point. Like, can you run these comps? Can you do like every single thing? I got my first deal in the contract, and I was about to hit him up to ask questions. I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna hit bro up. I'm gonna do this from A to Z, get my check, and then like show him like, yo, I did it.
Yeah.
So he can like see I bring some value to the table
Mhm.
versus it just being a one-way street.
I think that's key, bro. Like a lot, like you said, a lot of people hit our DMs. I'm pretty sure a lot of people hit your DMs, and it's just like you. I tell people all the time, like you're one of hundreds that message us. So no, I'm not being rude. No, I'm not, not ignoring you. But you got to understand, one, I still got a business to run. I got a life to live, and the key is, you lead with value. The value that you brought to him was like, look, man, I'm coming. I'm asking you questions, but I'm a doer. I got to check to
Plus,
prove to
plus
you.
outside of that, I'm the type of person like he would be so busy and stuff, and then I was just appreciating just the info that he would give me. What he, even if I just asked a question, like be willing to answer it, I would be going and doing stuff for him that to this day he probably don't even know I was doing. So like if he had an extra house somewhere, like he used to have a house that was like it's basically just like a kick it spot. It was supposed to be Airbnb, but some stuff happened. He can't ban from Airbnb. So it's just like a house. We go have parties over there, cookouts, holidays, stuff like that. He had the key to the lockbox was there. I would go and I would like straighten up the house.
Yeah.
Like, cause nobody's living there. I might well go sweep up the house. If I'm over there and I see, or if we having some type of get together, I see some cobwebs up in the corner. Like I'm cleaning because I'm like, oh, he got so much going on. He can't see that. Hey, bro, you need something like. He's like, oh, Blake's an asset. It wasn't like I was just like, yo, gimme, 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 gimme. Yo, bro, you need something? You need some help for this? I can come by the office and do whatever. So outside of me showing I could work and going to get my own check and hustling, it was like, I know how to play my position. A lot of men have problems with that. Everybody want to be Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be Jordan. Like Steve Kerr still hit some of them shots.
Yeah. Steve Kerr got championship rings too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we would like, do we want to get the ring or do we want to just look like we do we just want to look like we playing? I'm like, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
I can be Jordan in these circles and I can be Steve Kerr in this circle. And I'm comfortable in both. I ain't gonna be the big dog everywhere I go, but a lot of dudes, and it seems like it's more men than women. I guess it's the ego in us because we got nuts or something. I don't know.
Nah, that's what it is, bro.
But
I
a
just
lot of
think,
dudes can't adjust, or that jealousy or envy gets in. Oh, he think he doing it.
but that's the difference between good and great, bro. Like I look at guys like you and I who's not afraid to reach out and ask for help, who's not afraid to, ask for mentorship, who's not afraid to say, hey, bro, I'll pay you for your time. You got some guys that just want to be good and
Mm-hmm.
they want to figure it out on their own to do YouTube University, and they still trying to do their first deal or their first, 2 or 3 deals to where we're hundreds of deals in simply because I know I'm not the Michael Jordan of this real estate thing. I'm the Steve Kerr. I'm the Dennis Rodman. I'm gonna play
Hey,
my role. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna ask for help. I'm gonna play my part.
plus, I tell people when I was out there trying to network with people, I was paying for rich people's drinks and food for a while. My pocket, I was like, damn, they eat a little different. I'm pulling out my card though.
Right.
I was like, at that time, I'm thinking a nice dinner's Olive Garden or something. I mean, with these rich people, they're Frisco's and they get like,
SPK and Capital Grill. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, man, dinner for two, $300.
Yeah.
Like I ain't never ate no food like this before. But
Off
that's
that,
why,
especially off a $10 a week lunch budget.
and that's why I don't. That's why I stopped doing like I don't meet up for people for lunch, and unless I know you or it's already been established. Like how people are like, oh, would you like to have coffee? One, I'm like, nah, I've never had coffee before. I'd be like, I don't do coffee, because at first I was trying to be that person that would try to help everybody. I was like, I can't help everybody because, bro, I've been on so many lunches where the person asked me to go and didn't even pay for it, or they come out, they be like, together or separate. I just sit there, they be like separate. I'm like, what?
Bro, people don't get it, bro. People
I'm
really
talking
don't get
about
it.
like a $13 lunch, bro. I'm
But
like,
no, I just think I think it goes back to mindset, man. Some people just don't have it. Some people like for me now, bro. I'm at a point now where I don't do lunch. I don't do coffee. If you want to talk with me, send me a deal. You
that's,
know,
yeah,
or hit that link in the bio and let's have a consult call. Because for me, people think like we tell people all the time, bro. I don't care about the money we get from the consult call. The money's not for me. The money is for
right.
you because you want me to invest in you, but you're not willing to invest in yourself. So what does that really say about you? Why am I really wasting my time? One of my mentors told us, he was like, guys, look at your hour and see where you're spending your time at. And then really break down how much you're worth per hour. And I started doing the math. And I'm like, yo, like my hour is worth a lot of money. And I'm not going to just
Yes.
give it to you, you know what I'm saying, just because you want to buy me lunch or some BS. Nah, it don't work like that.
Plus, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention.
Yeah, yeah,
Without no transaction, there's no transformation.
yeah.
So it's like think of all the free content. Let's just think of, I know there's different levels of success. Everybody has their own different definition of what it means to them. But the majority of the and we live in the information age right now. Like these
Right.
cell phones that we're on, people, they smartphones, but people just use them to do dumb shit all the time.
Ooh.
This is really like, you can get rich off of these, just off of a phone right now, bro.
Yeah.
So think of all this free information that the majority of the population has access to the world right here,
Yeah.
and don't do nothing with it. So it's like, why? I already know you ain't gonna do nothing. Why you want to meet up with me for free? You got all the free information from whoever you wanna, whoever you want to get it from. It's free information out there. What you been doing with it? Why you want some more free stuff from me?
So question. Oh, I'm sorry, Rodney.
Nah, I was just gonna say, with a lot of this stuff, I was just telling my boy about this yesterday. A lot of this stuff, there's only so much. Like some of my mentors, the stuff that they tell me is just, it's repetitive. They're not telling me nothing new, because it's like some stuff. Once I can sit there and tell you how to make an extra $10,000 a month in 45 minutes. Once I tell you it, it ain't nothing else to tell. Like, it's simple. I ain't gonna say it's easy,
Right.
but it's simple. The rest of it's mind state. So mindset. So people be like, why are you spending so much time on mindset? Like, can you get to the how to? Can you get to the how to? I can tell you the how to every single day. If you don't got the mindset, it don't matter if you know how to do it, because you're not gonna do it, because you don't even believe you can do it.
So that was where my question was going. So it took you 6 months to get your first deal. You went and you said you went in and out of contract multiple times. How
Like,
did
damn near 10 of them.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's close to 10.
Damn. So in 6 months, you went in and out of contract 10 times. What was your mindset during that period, and how did you keep it strong to continue to get to the finish line to get that first deal done?
Well, my mindset for one was, I ain't got no money coming in.
Yeah.
So one of my mentors, Neo, his saying is, it has to work or it has to work.
Yeah.
I basically put myself in that mind frame. Like, it got to work. I didn't give myself, ain't no fallback plan.
Right.
So that's number one. Number two, like I said earlier, I got a sports background. So I look at it like, I'm just getting my reps up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm learning each one of these houses that I completely messed up everything, did the numbers wrong. The next deal that comes in, I'm like, okay, well, I ain't gonna do this one like that one.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you learn through. I learned through failure. I failed forward. So it's like, each time that I do something wrong, or each time that I fail, or each time that I mess up, I just look at it as, I just found out another way to not do something. So I just won't do it again. That's how I look at it, versus being like, oh man, I'm like, okay, well, I know that doesn't work. Let's do this. Okay, well, that and that don't work. So let's not do that and that. Let's try that and this.
Gotcha. So in today's world, how do if somebody they're trying to get their first deal, what would you suggest that they do? How would you suggest they go about it?
Today, like I said, it depends on, there's two different situations. If you got some money, I got some advice for that. If you don't got money, I got advice for that. We know it's a competitive market. Like, pretty much any market's competitive. A lot of people, they're scared of competition, but I look at competition like, I was telling somebody this yesterday. A competitive market tells me it's money to be made over here. If it ain't nobody trying to make money over there, why you won't hop in the market?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So I'm like, all right, it's competitive in my market. All right, well, shoot, go get some money with all of them.
Yeah.
So if it's a competitive market, and if you don't have funds like that, or even if you do, you have to get creative. So like what I did, or still what I do, is, if everybody's doing this, you're like, yeah, I can do this, but let's go do this. So like, say if somebody, for instance, I'm just taking it down to basics, say driving for dollars. Somebody thinks of driving for dollars, like, they're getting in their car, they're driving around, they're looking for beat up houses, taking down the addresses, right?
Yeah.
anybody can easily delegate driving for dollars. I got a swarm of people in Houston driving for dollars for me every day. I don't drive for dollars no more. And I don't pay them to do it. They do it on their own. It's like, people got to get creative. Think, driving for dollars, you're driving around all day, right? I see the mailman pull up. What's the mailman doing? He's driving around routes every single day. Hey, bro, you see any beat up looking houses? Send me the address. If I buy them, I'll give you $1,000. I'll bet.
Yeah.
I get an Amazon package, Amazon Drive, FedEx, UPS people, Uber Eats, my Uber drivers, everybody, bro. Like I've closed tens upon tens upon tens upon tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars just off of people that's a garbage men.
Yeah.
They already out there driving for dollars. Why wouldn't they driving around all day? Why not incentivize them? That's a free lead source.
Right.
And you don't got to pay them up front. You just pay them if you close on a deal.
Right.
And I don't even say no percentage. I just think $1,000 sounds good. I give you $1,000.
I mean, that's a good chunk of change for just sending me an address.
Yeah, it can be a small deal. I remember one deal I only made $4,000 on. I still paid to do the $1,000. Just so he would be like, he don't know how much I made on it, but he's just like, dang, this dude really paid me $1,000. So he's just like, and then what they gonna do? Just like how I feel like on the social media space, if you truly bring value to people, they're gonna turn into evangelists for you. They gonna be word of mouth, just going to tell you about people. Hey, this dude Blake Sanford, man, he just gave me $1,000. I ain't even do nothing but just text him an address.
Right.
Boom. So I would say people to be creative like that, but on the marketing tip, like I started off, I did stuff. First I was doing direct mail, and then I was cold calling. Nowadays, direct mail ain't nobody, it's still effective, or you wouldn't, like we all get, it's technically junk mail. We all get junk mail every day. I get them same coupons from Papa John's every week. Like I'm about to buy some pizza. Like they sending it because it works.
Yeah.
But it's expensive. People think a stamp. Yeah, a stamp's only 50 cents, but you start sending out 10,000 on them, it can get expensive. A call, you can cold call, but a lot of people that's scared to get on the phones, which I would still say get on your reps, but if you're scared to get on the phone, why not do something to where you can get people to call you? You can have ringless voicemail. You can use a ringless voicemail service, have people call you to where you pick up the phone if you're so scared to call people. But I would advise people right now to text. Because we're all basically in the metaverse already. Like our phones are an extension of our bodies. Like if my phone is in my hand or on my body for like 10 seconds, it's like it don't feel right.
Yeah.
So I would tell people to text message.
So, but so just to recap that, in case anybody missed it, if you're trying to get your first deal, you basically said get creative. Talk to your mail person, UPS driver, the FedEx person. Let them know if they see any houses that look run down, to send them your way. And if you close the deal, you'll pay them $1,000.
That's an easy way to get. That's a real easy way to get free lead sources.
Right. Real easy.
And your courthouse. The courthouse has anything to do with real estate is public data. Anything to do with real estate is public data.
Yeah. Go
to the courthouse. People try and think of all these crazy technological ways to find these deals, and I'm like, just go to the courthouse. Ask them if they got. The courthouse got the tax records. The courthouse got the probate records.
Yeah.
The courthouse got
the eviction records, the foreclosure, the pre-foreclosure.
Yeah, I'm like, everything that you're trying to get, that everybody's thinking of all these softwares, or what website or what app I'm like, just go. The courthouse got it all. That's where all these softwares is getting everything.
Yeah. I think that's another place where people go wrong besides analysis paralysis. They hear people on Instagram talking about, oh, I use this source, and then I put it into batch leads, and then I skip trace it.
Hey man, I sell education.
Yeah.
I sell educate. People get mad at me because I'm like the magician. I tell you the trick, and then I tell you how to do the trick, and people be like, "Don't tell them that." If people are really, really super pressing technology for they getting paid for you to go use that lead, so they either own the technology or they got an affiliate link for the technology.
Right.
So if somebody's saying like, if they just every single time, hey man, this is the way you gotta use this, you gotta use this, you gotta use this, you gotta use this software. Hey, this is the only software I use. This software I use. They either got some kind of equity in that software or they got an affiliate link and they just telling you to use PropStream because they got a PropStream affiliate link.
Right. Gotcha.
So I'm like, but I'm gonna tell you, if I'm telling you to go somewhere, I'm gonna tell you to use my link, and I'm gonna tell you I'm getting like PropStream been hitting me up like crazy for affiliate links. I just ain't hit them back. But if I send somebody through PropStream, I'm gonna be like, hey, since I'm giving you this game, go ahead and use my link.
Yeah.
Just cause. But I heard they stopped
Yeah.
recently. They not showing sold.
MLS that. Yeah.
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 Fear stands for forget everything and run or face everything and rise. The problem is that you're letting your fear stop you from living life on your terms. Click the link and start making an income on your own terms, which then starts to let you start living life on your own terms. I'll see you on the other side.
So I seen somebody say the old school way. I think the old school way works. It worked with us when we first started. But okay, let's say somebody they do what we tell them to do, or what you're saying do, which is they go to the courthouse, they get the tax list, they go door knocking, and they get somebody that want to sell. How would you tell somebody to handle that in that conversation once they find somebody to sell?
I like to I like to get them. I feel like a conversation should be, especially when you're talking to a lead. I feel like they should do more talking than you should do. I feel like new people they over talk and they talk themselves out of leads just by blabbering all the time.
Yeah.
Ask open-ended questions. I don't ask yes or no questions. Try to build some type of rapport, find some type of common ground.
So quick question, just give us a question or two when you say open-ended question. Like, what does that mean for somebody who doesn't know?
Okay. Instead of saying, does the house need repairs? Yes. No. Oh, what condition is the property in? Then that one little switch will allow them to speak a little bit versus,
Right.
yeah, it needs some work. They could just stop at that if they wanted to.
Right.
Or even or even when it gets past just simple uh initial conversation and rapport building stuff, like even in negotiations. I learned this from when I was renting cars for enterprise. When I rented cars for enterprise, how the car rental companies make their money outside of having their cars on the road. You know, when you go do the little walk around, then it comes time to sell you the insurance.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is now, but they had 4 different types. They had like 3 or 4 different types you can get. Basically, they had something that protects the car, the rental car itself. Then they had like liability for other cars on the road. Then they had like a roadside assistance or something like that. Right. Instead of saying, all right, Mr. Mathis, would you like some insurance on the car? Most likely everybody's gonna say no. I got my own insurance. I'm cool. Or just no, I'm good with it. I would say, all right, Mr. Mathis, would you like to go with the basic or the premium insurance?
Ooh.
I'm not giving you an option to say
No.
no. It's like it's like this or that versus yes or no. Ain't even no basic or premium.
Yeah.
It don't exist.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that while we doing the walk around on the car.
Gotcha.
So if they said basic, but then that just starts a conversation. All that you want to do is have a conversation with these people on the phone. That's why I say ask open-ended questions, because it allows for more conversation to be had versus just stopping right there at the sale. So if I say, do you want the basic or the premium protection? What do you think? What do you think they're gonna say?
How much is the basic?
How much is it?
Yeah.
So we still get to talk. They either gonna ask how much is the basic because most people want to spend less money, or
Yeah.
they're gonna say what's the difference between the two.
Yeah.
So now I get to keep prolonging the conversation.
Yeah.
We ain't just shooting the breeze about the weather, like we talking about this deal right here. So I would say the basic protection just covers the car. I'll say the basic protection just covers the car. The premium protection covers the car and has liability and comes with roadside assistance. Well, I got AAA. Or if they turn down everything, I'm gonna still get the little $3.99 roadside assistance. All right, well you can initial here for roadside assistance.
So you assuming the close every time?
Yeah, because that was the only way I could get out of work, bro. When it got the worst with Enterprise, I was working. I'll never forget my worst week. I worked 72 hours in 1 week. I went like a week and a half without a lunch break. So I was like, my location was so busy.
Yeah.
And had so many cars on the road, and it was inside an insurance body shop. So I'm selling rental insurance to people that have insurance because they're there because their insurance is paying for their rental. And I'm still selling them insurance. Like you got to get something. So
Right.
I know I'm not talking about the initial calls with sellers, but I'm like in negotiations, I'm
Right.
still doing that. And especially once I started to learn about different creative options, instead of just a number, it's like, all right, we can do all right, my cash offer is this, so we can do this creatively. And they'll be like, oh, what's the difference? Oh, all right, well, if you take this in 30 days, we can get you this much money. Or if you want this, we can do blah, 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 subject to, I might be able to put some more money in your pocket if we take this over subject to, oh, what's subject to? Oh, it's just when we take it over subject to the existing financing in place, blah, blah, blah. You basically, in essence, turn into the bank. If we default on the payment by any chance, you get to take that money that I put in your pocket and reclaim the property. You already caught up on everything. You got money in your pocket, like paint it like the win-win that it is.
Yeah.
So, and then in office too, I'll say like weird numbers, like all right, if my max allowable offer is $140,000, I'd be like, okay, all right, ma'am, I can get you $136,492.17. I'd be like it sounds like you put like thought like it. We gotta be at this number.
Right.
So those are just some things that I use in negotiation.
Dope, man. Dope. Okay. Right.
Yeah, my man Rob told me that I got a homie down here in Houston named Rob. He got like an owner finance empire. So basically, if I had to guess, Rob probably got like 100 houses, but he owns them. He gets them all owner finance. The down payment that he collects from the owner finance buyer is basically like his wholesale fee.
So you put that in his pocket. Yeah.
He puts that in his pocket.
Yep.
So he basically he'll wholesale houses in Houston, and then he goes out to like Beaumont to do the owner finance stuff. So say he finds a owner finance house. He has a private lender that'll lend him the money to where he closes on the deal on the front end. Then he goes sells it on the finance for whatever his down payment is, $10,000 down payment, $15,000 down payment, whatnot. Say he takes a $15,000 down payment, boom, he takes that at, I'm just making up numbers right now. Say he's charging $15,000 down payment at 11% interest. Say his private lender's charging him 6% interest.
Yeah.
So he takes a down payment up front, and then his monthly cash flow is the difference between the 6% interest and the 11% interest that his private lenders charging him versus what he's charging the owner finance buyer.
So
That's his monthly cash flow. So he basically acts like the bank. They're buying to own the house because if somebody got a mortgage on the house and the AC goes out, they don't call Chase to come and fix the AC.
Facts. How does he get the? How does he refinances out the private lender, or what's the deal with that?
Nah, because his private lenders, it's not like he's using hard money, so it's just like people that just got long money. All they want is just some whatever the little cash flow is that they get.
Okay.
So they just cash flowing off of the debt that they lending to him. And then he's cash flowing off of the difference of the debt that he's giving to the owner finance person. Then if so by chance the owner finance person does refinance out of their deal, then he makes everything right with the private lender. And everybody just
Okay.
he takes whatever on the back end and everybody goes on about their way.
So it's a lot of ways to make money in this business. What I hear you saying.
Yeah, bro.
But the only way that you can make money is you got to get started.
Facts. And that's in anything. People
Right.
ask me all the time, like, what's the best way to get started? And I literally say, start.
Yeah.
Like that ain't that's
One
it.
step, one foot in front of the other. That's it. It's just that simple. One foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Because it's like think we have so much faith, or most people have so much faith and belief in certain stuff in everything else but themselves. And I'm like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
So like say they try to get into real estate or any entrepreneur endeavor. It doesn't work. It don't work. I'll be like, all work works. Like all work works. If it doesn't work, if it's not working for you, it's working on you and it's turning you into the person that you need to be for it to work for.
Damn.
So I'm like, so all them deals that I had all them deals that bottom out and failed, I could have said it don't work. Or like I said, I'm learning it was working on me to turn me into the person that could negotiate better on the front end to get a deal on the contract. They could negotiate better on the back end. Or people will say like stuff doesn't work or have a failure, one failure and quit. But I'm
Yeah.
like, but if you apply for a job in the workplace, you're not thinking of competition for the job. Everybody that's applying for these jobs, they're not the only application. Yet they still apply for the job.
Right.
If they get turned down from the job, they go and apply for another job.
Yeah.
They don't just be like, oh damn, I guess I ain't gonna be working. People get denied for a job and then put in 4 applications somewhere else.
That, bro, like now that you say that, that makes it so crazy to think about it. Like, we'll get denied by somebody else, but we won't deny ourselves, certain things. And what I mean by when I say that is like you just said, I'm gonna apply for 4 jobs and I'm gonna get told no 4 times, and I'm gonna still go hard
Still
and
gonna
apply
go
for
on.
more. But when it's time for me to take that leap of faith, when it's time for me to bet on myself, I don't have that same belief system. And like you said, bro, it goes back to school and how we just like are mentally just really messed up when you think about it.
Yep, and then we be getting lied to our whole life. That we just start to like one of y'all ever heard that definition, like insanity is doing the same thing over and
Same
over and getting the same results is
results.
the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
That's not the definition of insanity. Like if you look it up in the dictionary, it does not say that at all. But I'm like, but everybody believes that's the definition. So it's like if you get told a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. Like even myself, I've told lies. I got in a bad car accident 2012, fractured my neck, collapsed my lung, everything, right? 100% my fault on why I got into the wreck. My fear of maybe getting in trouble at the time, I told a lie, like for that. And then the embarrassment of it afterwards, I kept telling the same lie, telling the same lie, telling the same lie, telling the same lie. Like 4 or 5 months into telling everybody this same lie while I got my neck brace on and everything, I started to believe it. What happened? Oh man, the car came, swerved, lights hit me. I couldn't see. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of I told myself this shit so many times
Yeah.
that I like it just came out like the truth. I was like, oh, nah, that didn't happen. Let me start just saying, this is what happened. I was dumb as hell, did this, texting, look down, boom, blah.
Yeah.
But,
So
no, go ahead.
no, no. So to your point, bro, I think a lot of people that have a bad mindset, they need to start working on it. And to that point, you need to look yourself in the mirror every day and start telling yourself who you are, and start doing affirmations until
Fact,
you start to believe it. It's the same thing.
fact.
People will tell a lie to other people just to make themselves look good, but they won't tell a lie to themselves to make themselves better.
That's what I say. I tell people all the time. I tell people, you can lie to the world, just don't lie to yourself.
Mm.
And people lie to themselves every day. Like every day. Mindset's more important than skill set. And something that I do, I try to stay in, not try. That's another thing too. I'm working on eliminating the word try from my vocabulary. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, we don't try, we
yeah,
do it. And that's really a big difference, like mentally, once you switch.
yeah,
I'm trying to do it. How about you quit trying to do it and just do it?
yeah.
So, but something that I actively do, I stay in touch with my inner child. Like I do something, if not every day, at least 4 or 5 days a week, if not every day, I do something that I love to do as a kid. Because I'm telling you, if you think of what you used to like to do when you was 10 and you go do it today, you probably still gonna like it, bro.
Yeah.
You probably still gonna enjoy doing it. And the reason why I do that is because it's like when you're a child, you believe everything's possible. You believe anything's possible. I do this thing where I'm kind of weird, y'all. I do this stuff I call time traveling. Like I really sit and I'll close my eyes and I like go into the future, see like, am I going to like this and be trying to go
Bro,
past and stuff?
I don't think it's weird at all. Like for myself, I created a daily habit and goals list, and a part of that list is I have to meditate and visualize for 5 minutes. I tell people all the time, bro, God bless us with three things: our family and our friends, our time, and our imagination. And the one that we don't use enough is the imagination. And I think that's really where the most power is, because when you think deep about it, we're the only creatures on this earth that can see things before it happens. So if you close your eyes and you see yourself driving the car you want, making the money you want, living where you want to live, taking the vacation, and eventually if you take enough action, but that shit start to show up in your life.
It does. It has
It
to.
start
It
to show
has
up
to
in your
live.
life.
It has to live here first before it can manifest. Like you
On
said,
God, bro.
God, our imagination. That's our power to create. We are the living creators on Earth. Anything that's created, we do that.
But and bro,
Everything that exists was somebody's idea.
yeah, I was about to say that, bro. Every single thing, every
We live
building,
in
every
somebody's.
car.
We live in somebody's idea. And even though we're all on the same planet, we can all live in our own world and
Yeah,
control it and mold it. One of my favorite words is architect, because I'm like, you can truly architect and design your life once you truly believe it. Like a lot of people say stuff, but they don't believe it.
yeah,
And that's why I say that imagination comes in. Like Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than intelligence.
yeah,
And this is supposedly one of the greatest minds of all. E equals MC squared, whatever that means. He did
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
right? So I'm like, if you have the imagination, why I say I stay in touch with my inner child, because I'm not realistic at all.
Yeah.
Like as we get older, we believe everything, and then people start telling us, be realistic, grow up.
Mm.
Those people only tell us that because they didn't accomplish what it was that they wanted to really do, or they don't believe certain things are possible, or they've never seen. Like I know people from Kentucky that ain't never been out, like damn near 40 years old, ain't never been out the state before, outside of maybe, like I live like an hour away from Cincinnati. They might have went up to Cincinnati, like, and that's it. They ain't seen nothing. My grandmother told me it's dangerous to travel the world. How do you know?
Bro, I tell people all the time, man, you got to be careful who you get advice from. And I learned this so much in my life because it's just like, how can you get advice from somebody that ain't never done what they telling you what to do and not to do?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm always conscious of, okay, if I'm getting advice from somebody, I got to look at what lens are they giving me that advice from? What perspective are they bringing it to me from? Because again, that's just their perspective. There's sometimes their perspective is so limited as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, your grandma. My grandma the same way, bro. She don't got a passport. And she
Like how
tell us all the time,
and
why
they
y'all
got the
traveling?
world being dangerous. Like
Yeah.
all old people watches the news. Of course, it's gonna look spooky. Hey, right now I'm riding horseback in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs, all 6, 7, and 8-figure earners. The thing is that while we're here enjoying our life, we're all generating income right now because we know how to monetize our IP, our intellectual property. The problem is that you either have a gift and you don't know how to monetize it, or you don't know what your gift is. I want to help you tap into that gift to where you can make income while you're just living your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and making income literally 24/7. Go ahead and tap in and join me at the top. It's crowded at the top.
But just think about if you would have took the advice from all the people that told you, but don't go down there with $1,200. Just think about what, and all those people they love and they care for you.
Mm,
So and it's people in this live that got people that love and that care for them, and that's giving them bad advice.
yeah.
And let me give you a great example, bro. I love my old girl to death. That's my mom. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
I love her to death. She done did so much for us, bro. But
Yeah.
my mom begged us and begged us, please don't go get a credit card. Cause somebody told us, oh, it's gonna fix your credit. You need to work on your credit. What we did, mom, we could go get a credit card. Oh no, don't do it. It's something bad, bad, bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to realize and we learned, thankfully, that you gotta, again, like my brother said, you gotta be careful who you take advice from, even your loved ones. Everybody gives you advice from their perspective and their experience. And their experience may not be what you want to relive. It may be something completely different. So
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people need to really sit down and create a want and don't want list. And that'll help you make so many decisions in your life. I
Fact.
think a lot of people don't take a lot of time to really to really think about what it is that they don't want in their life. And I think when you do that, it makes everything so much easier. Especially when you get advice from different people, you're like, that ain't what I want.
Yeah.
So
Because a lot of people, I really want to say majority of people, they're not living for themselves. Like I really feel like you got to be like selfish to a point.
yeah.
Or
Bro, I mean, we don't. I don't even want to get biblical here, but for the people that are biblical, that are Christians, Genesis 1:26 says we're made in the image of God. He's a selfish God. So, whatever way you want to look at it, we all have selfishness within inside of us. And to be honest, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because first law of human nature is self-preservation. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of somebody else, before you can help somebody else. So you damn right I need to be selfish. You damn right I need to look out for myself. And then once I take care of self, then I can be fruitful and multiply. I can help people. I can give money. I can do X, Y, and Z.
but I also feel like there's two sides of the same coin of selfishness. So I agree with you 100%. You got to self-preservation first because you can't help anybody. Like what they say, you can't pour from an empty cup, or
Yeah.
they say on the airplane, you got to put the mask on you first.
First.
Like what if,
Yeah.
but like you pass out trying to help someone, y'all both gonna die, right? But on the other side, I think that's the positive side of selfishness. But I think there's a negative side to it as well, which is not going for your goals and your dreams and what you truly want to do. It's selfish to the people that you love. So like
Yeah.
I have a goal of, I want to retire my mother. If I don't go out here and get it to the means that I know I'm capable of, that's selfish.
Yeah.
She done sacrificed her whole life not putting herself first, doing what I'm saying I'm against. She put me first, being a good mother. So there's certain stuff that she wasn't able to do and accomplish. Hey, hold up. Somebody said generational wealth. Generational wealth is a myth. It don't exist.
Talk to me about it.
I don't believe generational wealth is a real thing. It sounds good. We like to say it because we don't have no generational wealth. But I'm in real estate. We in real estate. We see as soon as granny died, they sell the house. As soon as your auntie died, they sell the house. That's the generation. To have generational wealth, you got to keep something. That's the wealth. You got a whole paid off house that granny got. And then as soon as you get it, you sell it to somebody like me for pennies on a dollar. I see it every week.
Well, no, so you saying it exists, but it don't exist
In our community, it don't exist.
As much as possible, because
it's a myth.
Every time we get something, we sell it.
It's a myth in our community. It's a myth. I think we have good intentions, but say right now, I'm not big in the stock market. Like I'm not in stocks at all. But stock and crypto's down, like down.
Yeah.
Stuff goes down. Stuff has a down run for 3 months. Everybody sells it. I thought you was about generational wealth. You got to at least hold it for a generation, don't you? 3 bad months happen, you sell. Where does the generational wealth come in? And then say on the flip side of it, say if somebody actually does keep the stuff, or if they say like me, I don't have no kids, but say like us as entrepreneurs, the ones that have kids or the ones that want to have kids or whatever, we'll be all on this hustle, grind, and we'll be like, yo, I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for my kids, so my kids are gonna be left for something. But what if y'all go accumulate 150 houses, and then your kid grows up and they don't want nothing to do with real estate? Is that generational? What they don't want it. They want to go dance. They want to be a dancer. They don't want to run an empire of houses. Is that generational wealth? You go build a business. You go build a big business, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this to my son. I'm gonna leave this to my daughter. And then they grow up and they don't even have an interest in business at all. They want to go have a high paying job. I'd be like, is that generational wealth?
I think it's really all about the education of it, though. Like, you got to educate. I think that's why it's a myth in our community, because we're not educated on it. We don't understand it. We don't understand that, yeah, I don't have to run dad's business. I can pay somebody to run dad's business. As long as I understand the metrics, as long as I understand the KPIs, doesn't mean that I have to do it myself. So you brought up a good point. I was just talking to somebody about that. They was like, well, what if, you guys say you're doing all this stuff for your kids. What if your kids don't want it? I said, they don't have to want it. My thing is, they're going to be educated enough to know how to make moves around it. They're going to be educated enough to know, hey, like, I don't want nothing to do with dad's properties. I want the cash flow from it, but I know how to manage a manager. I know how to, even if they want to sell it, it's on them. But go ahead.
I just say, yeah.
And it's really on them to figure out, okay, so when I say generational wealth, it's just, I'm not just going to leave it to my kids. I'm going to leave the knowledge with them as well, so that they know what to do with it. So even if they want to sell it, they can sell it and take it and invest in the business or donate it to charity, whatever they decide to do with it. But I think the key and the major key is the educational part of generational wealth. Because I'm not leaving my kids anything. I'm leaving them with this, so that, hey, if dad does die, they know what to do with the assets. They know what to do with the trust fund. They know what to do with the stock and the crypto portfolios that dad left me.
All right, I get what you're saying. I agree. It just seemed like, from what I see, and especially in this business and on the wholesale side of things, because most of my great deals come from our community, and it's like soon as granny died, soon as big mama dies, soon as granddaddy dies, it's like me. If I got a house full and clear, I'm never selling. I'm not selling them.
That's because, but again, it goes back to you're educated, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for now, and that same with him, like, bro, I'm teaching my kids assets, liabilities, how to, cash flow, what a business is. Money is used for investing. It's not used for spending. Like my kids at 5 and 10 years old, they understand that. Like every morning we going through that. So I think that's where, the cycle can be broken if we educate ourselves.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest. I think that's one of the biggest problems in our community is the lack of us wanting to pursue education, which our ancestors have fought for so long. They wanted to be education. It's the right education, not just going.
Yeah.
We're not talking about school. I ain't talking about school. I'm talking about wealth education. How to generate wealth, and then how to preserve wealth. Because there's two different types of wealth. You got to first you got to get it, and then preserving it is a whole different ball game. It's completely different.
Yeah, it's one thing to get the money, figuring out what to do with it's a whole nother.
Figuring out how to keep it.
Yeah.
Because as you know, Uncle Sam, he knocking. He got to get that.
He want his.
Oh, definitely.
He definitely want his. But that's what I'm focused on though. Like how you said, the education. I'm like, my main goal for 2022 is I'm focused on digital assets mainly, and focused on the who and not the how. Like I'm sick of learning how to do everything. I'm like, who know how to do this? What's your rate?
Yeah, bro. Send us your address, bro. We got to send you something in the mail. Like we learned about that too. It's who, not how, bro. Like I learned that too. That's another thing that we're screwed up on from childhood. They teach us how to do things. They teach us how to do things all the time. They teach us the first thing. How can I get this done? As opposed to who can get this done for me.
Yeah, I'm sick of the how. I'm sick of the how, bro. I don't wasted so much time.
Yeah.
On the how. I'm trying to figure out the how. Now I'm just like, bro, you do this? All right, show me show me that you really do this. All right, come and do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then because for real, I want to take money from the digital space and put it into real estate. So like I've been trying to get all my homies down here in Houston to get into this digital space.
Yeah.
But real estate is like real estate gonna be here forever. Everybody gonna need somewhere to live at.
Yeah.
But it's such a old, tried and true business that when you try to introduce somebody to something, people let what they do know stop them from what they don't know. So it's like, man, I ain't trying to listen to it. I got this flip on the market. I'm about to make $30,000 on this flip. I'm like, yeah, but it's gonna take you 4 or 5 months to get it. Versus, because I don't flip houses. I started flipping houses. I'm like, it's not for me. The flip game's not for me, bro. I can't.
Bro, it's easy. It's easy, bro.
Easy.
We do it all.
That's what y'all do. Like that's y'all.
Bro, we wholesale, we fix and flip, we buy rentals, we buy ground up development.
I like the wholesale, or just give me the crib and just let me have it. I don't like the flipping. It'd be too much. It'd be too many people involved. Too much. It'd be too much, bro. I'd be like,
it's all management, bro. Like we used to think the same thing, but once you put a system in place and you find the right who, it's just like for us in our flips, man. To be honest, the only time we go to our flips is to shoot social media content because we have the right who.
What you doing? But my thing is, I didn't know. Well, now I know. But when I first started flipping houses, I didn't know that there was like a what's that window called? It was like a 90-day window or something that I had to wait.
For FHA. For
FHA.
You got to season the property for 90 days. But
yeah, I didn't know that. I was just like, yo, it was like a quick job too. It was like a 2-week job, just like cosmetics. I'm like, all right, let's get to the money. I'm like, oh, you got an offer. I'm like, all right, let's close. Because I'm used to the closing quick. All right, let's go ahead and close. Oh yeah, but we're gonna have to wait about another 70-something days. I was like, for what? I'm like, because they're qualified, but through their financing, I was like, oh my goodness. Then
So
the appraisals, and then I was like, man, who is the appraiser, man? I got to talk to him. But then I did my research and I realized like that back when the market crash, when was that? '05 or '04? '08. They were saying like people was like greasing appraisers' palms.
yeah,
I was like, oh, that's why the lender don't got no communication with the appraiser now. Like they don't know who it is that's going out for the appraiser versus back in the day they said the lender, the buyer, whoever, owner, whoever could just go get an appraiser and just say like, yeah,
facts.
it's worth this much. I was like, I need to
Facts.
go back in time, scoop some of that money up.
All right, so one thing I want to talk about before we get off, I think one of the most important keys to success is discipline.
Fact.
Doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like it. And I can say in the time that I've known you, you are one of the most disciplined people that I know. Where does that come from?
To a degree. I'm disciplined in there's certain stuff that I'm not disciplined on, but to this, I'm super disciplined.
Yeah, like but when it's time to work and get things done, I know you get it done.
Yeah. I think one of my sayings that I live by is that discipline is more important than motivation. So it's like everybody, they love to be motivated. We love to see the inspirational quotes on Instagram. We love to listen to inspirational stuff. We love to hear like E.T., Eric Thomas. We love to hear him getting in his bag and talking. He be talking that talk, and it's like you feel good. We love to go to seminars and conferences and whatnot, and it's like you feel good. But what are you gonna do when that rah cheerleader lets go? When that leaves, it's just a feeling, just like any other feelings: anger, sadness, happiness, joy, motivate. Like it's all feelings that just come and they fade. So I'm like, you got to be disciplined enough to do it when you don't feel like doing it, or else you're not gonna succeed at anything. And I got that from hooping, because when I used to hoop back in the day, I had like some natural raw talent, but I didn't get good until I started going to the gym every single day. And then like the game to me turned into getting better or something. Like I remember one night we was partying or something, and a couple of my boys was like, come to the gym in the morning. I didn't know people was working out. I'm just thinking we just gonna go play, run, pick up. I get to the gym, it's like Saturday morning at 7, which I was like, why y'all going at 7 in the morning for? And there was only 3 of us, and they pulled out trash cans and cones, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? When everybody else gonna come? And it's like, oh, it's just us. And they were better than me.
Yeah.
And then when we get done, I'm like, how often y'all do this? And they're like, every day. I was like, what? Y'all do this every day? I was like, yeah. They was like, yeah. Like it was nothing to them. Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's why y'all better than me. So then I got like obsessed with like getting better at stuff. A guy rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. Like I look at people think that they have to have, like I feel like I have a lot of mentors. I have mentors that I know personally in my life that I've never given a dime. I have people that I paid for mentorship, and I have people that I've never met in my life that I look at as a mentor. I'm like, you can learn from people from afar. Like you don't have to have somebody like talking to you on the phone and texting you and telling you what to do. You can watch people's demonstrations and see. And like growing up, Kobe, he was like just every single day he said something like if he wakes up and goes to the gym at 4 in the morning, he goes to the gym from 4 to 5:30. Come home, take his daughters to school, go back to the gym 8 to 9:30. Maybe take a nap, eat lunch, go back to the gym, pick up his daughters, go back to the gym 4 to 6, and then go back like 8 to 9 or something like that. He's like, if I do that every single day in the off season, and you're going to the gym one time at 10 o'clock, or maybe twice, you go at 10 and 2.
Yeah.
he's like, what's going to happen over time? He's going to have so many more hours put in than that person. And then as the years went on his career, you started to see the separation of him, because it's like, you in the NBA, everybody's talented. There's only been about 5,000 people ever in the history of the NBA to play. So everybody's talented. They like the best in the world, but it's like, what happens for that separation? And I'm like, that's work. Or Nipsey with the marathon. I tell people I'm a student of Nipsey. I got the TMC tat right here. Nipsey. It's like a marathon. I tell people I've learned more from Nipsey than my college degree in marketing with a professional sales concentration has. And like, if you saw his journey from the start, it was truly like a marathon. Like, his first album just came out a year. His first album was only out like a year when he got murdered. I found out about Nipsey in 2009.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's just models of just people that I've seen and consistency. My mother, I just saw her. It's like no excuses, even though she got a different mind frame as me as far as working versus entrepreneurship. It's like she's going to work. So I'm like, you got to be disciplined to outweigh that motivation. And then I feel like if you don't at least give it all you got and you don't stay disciplined, like Josh was saying earlier, regardless of people's religious beliefs, whether you want to call them God, the creator, the universe, or whatever, but I feel like if you're not disciplined and you don't really go for your goals, like, you're being disrespectful to God. Because he gave you this power to create. He gave you this breath to breathe. He gave you this life to live. I'm like, you just gonna bullshit with it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would be cool with that if I'm 80 years old and be like, I could have. Especially in this age, it's the easiest age. It's the easiest time to make money, like, in the history of man, bro. I'm like, I gotta get some of it, like, because I don't know if it's gonna stay this easy. Like, something might change. So I'm like, we gotta get this right now while the getting's good. It's like the gold rush back in the day.
No, it really is.
And for us, it's gonna be the biggest transfer of wealth for Black people too, because we've been such behind the 8 ball in all history. It's like, with some knowledge and a solid year or two of consistent work and diligence, it's like you can become a millionaire like nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know Ellie. Y'all know Ellie?
Yep.
Ellie had $1,200 to her name, the first stimulus check. That's all she had. She made $3 million in a year. Like, in a year. I'm like, y'all play, like, people playing around. You play if you want to. We gotta get it, brother.
Yeah. Hey, you right, brother. But hey, really appreciate your time for jumping on, bro. Thank you so much.
Yo, what up? Right now I'm out ATVing in the rainforest with a group of high-level entrepreneurs. I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. My mentor, Nehemiah Davis, 8-figure entrepreneur. Listen to me, y'all. And I don't even want to put him in a box. I know you teach 99 ways how to get into real estate, how to use OPM, but this man's going to teach y'all just entrepreneurship, period. How to get in the game, stay in the game, and get that 6 and 7 figures, man. This man constantly investing in himself, putting himself in rooms. This is why he's on that next level. This is why he's been making this type of impact for so many years. But now that man coming out and helping y'all do it. So when Blake said, yo, I'm about to go crazy, I said, I'm looking at it. So listen, if y'all interested, getting your money right, getting your time back, and be able to scale and grow your businesses, AstenCeo, Blake, I'm telling y'all, don't look nowhere else. When you told me the 99 ways, though, peep this. I never heard nobody say 99 ways. Right. I heard about 1. You heard a couple. 2, 3, 4, 5 max. 99? Yeah, okay. Y'all crazy, y'all. But hey, I really don't. 99 ways? It's impossible to fail. Most important thing y'all can do is get in the room.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you, bro. Whatever you need, definitely reach out to us. I'm super excited about your future. I just know the work that you're putting in behind the scenes. I know what you're doing, and it's super inspiring for real. Like, I really enjoyed this conversation, and you really think about it, it was just more so about life and the mindset. And I think it was very powerful, bro. So I appreciate you dropping the gems and just really sharing your insight, because you said a lot of things, especially with the school analogy. I'm like, dang, I never really thought about that.
Yeah,
So man, I appreciate you.
no doubt, man. I gotta get down to Miami, man.
Hey, hey,
Man,
hey, we'll talk on camera about that, dog.
I got what I'm saying.
Hey, you already know. We'll talk online about that. I can't say certain things online, but boy, you know what time it is.
Yeah, I was in education mode last time. This time we gonna have some fun, man.
Hey, I told you whenever.
I'm gonna hit.
Whenever.
But I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, bro. Have a good one, man. All right, bro.
Love.
Appreciate you. Love, bro.